What's good, y'all? It's your boy DJ Fanatic, founder of soundsforproducers.com. Welcome to another episode. Like I said, man, I think we only got 3 more chapters of the book. Thank you for those that are joining me on this journey with A to Z with Zaytoven. It's a book that he wrote that has a lot of producer guidance, and that's pretty much what this channel's about, man. It's just everything that can help a producer grow. So anyway, today's chapter is chapter 20, Team. Alright, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that sub button, click the bell as well, and give it a thumbs up if I say anything that helps you grow or helps you as a producer or just as a person. Hopefully you're enjoying the series. Thank you for the people that are subscribing, the thumbs up, the comments and whatnot. Definitely appreciate it. And of course there's links in the description for loops and MIDI packs and whatnot, our products. So definitely enjoy those, make something dope. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's Sounds for Producers on Instagram, and obviously the website is probably at the bottom of the screen on the on this video here. So he starts out with a Bible verse here. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good hold that thought. Alright, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Man, that was deep. My team is small but purposeful. I am not a fan of paying money for things or services that bring no value or serve a purpose. It's been that vein that I have worked independently but in conjunction with an attorney, Carl Washington, a publicist, Tamiko Hope, and accountant XXX. I guess maybe that's his name, or they didn't want to be named. Of course my family is part of my team, but they're on a different kind of payroll. Being a hands-on person, I've never had a problem doing something outside of my skill set in order to get something done. But I realize that I can't do everything and have put people on my team that can help build as well as maintain what I've already started. Yo, man, I can't tell you enough that having people in your circle that produces, not just like a producer produces, but produces value for others and for what you have. It's an exchange. It's like the barter system. It's nothing like having someone that's there to teach you things that you don't know, or that has a better talent or skill at doing something that you lack in. You balance each other out. And as you progress in your career, you'll know what you're good at and what you're not. And you'll be at the point where you can outsource certain things. And it doesn't always have to be money. You can do exchanges. Producers do a lot of, collabs, sound, whatever, yeah. So let me keep reading. One of the first things I base my decision off of when bringing someone on board after I review their qualifications is chemistry. I have to be comfortable with you and have positive energy. That's a must. I've always trusted my gut instincts and have never been steered wrong. Put a savvy entertainment attorney on your team first. We've been over this already, but it's worth mentioning again. This should be one of the first people you employ. And again, get a reputable entertainment attorney. You wouldn't go to a podiatrist, I don't even know what that is. Podiatrist for a sore throat, or take a Mercedes to a Ford dealership for service. Hire someone that specializes in your field. This too can save you time and money in the long run. Also, don't wait until you are presented with a contract to look for someone. In the midst of excitement and a bit of anxiety, you may make a hasty decision based off of emotion rather than facts. Because my attorney is well connected, he has helped me to get record placements and bring me business. Whenever that happens, we have a pre-negotiated agreement that we adhere to regarding fees. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. I should really read this chapter again myself, because being lawyered up, man, not everybody can afford it, but it's always great to have one in your circle, and one that you can trust too, and I don't know, one that also believes in you and treats you as a person. There's a lot of businesses out there, and people just see dollar signs. It's unfortunate, but then you have real lawyers out there that want to see you grow, and they grow with you. So hire someone that's special. Okay. When the time is right, add a publicist to your team. That comes along as you grow, when you don't want to say nothing crazy on a camera and other things. I met Tamiko Hope at a Gorilla Zoo listening party at the Atlanta Zoo. I remember it well because my wife had just given birth to our daughter Olivia, and I was checking in with them when she approached me. There was a lot going on, so we didn't talk much, but she arranged a few photo ops and interviews for me since I had produced on the album. I liked how she jumped right in to show me how a publicist works, because up until then, I didn't know exactly what role they played. If somebody wanted an interview with me, I'd schedule it myself. She called me a day or so later and we met up, but I was hesitant mostly because I didn't want to lock into a commitment. I also wasn't sure if I really needed her services. I decided to hire her to write my bio. She turned it around in a day, and it was really good. She charged me a grip for it, but I liked how she understood my story and had me sounding bigger than life. I still don't hire her to do PR, but we kept in touch. She'd hit me up to tell about events going on in the city and would invite me to come out and walk the red carpets. I liked her energy, and her actions showed that she was willing to invest in me and be down for the team with no promises from me. Well, she didn't realize then, but I wanted to be strategic about bringing her in, which I did after about 6 or 7 months when I had new music coming out and I didn't want to deal with folks calling me. Tamiko and I have been working together ever since. A publicist is a great addition to your team. Once you have created a buzz on your own and have something worth sharing, and when I say worth, I mean that the general public will be interested in knowing about. A publicist will help you develop your story and tell it. I had a few relationships with media people, but publicists generated more interest in my projects and me. So yeah, publicists, man, shout out to the publicists, shout out to the lawyers too, man. Once you get at a certain level, like you said, you don't want to, I hate saying it, like, you can get overwhelmed, It's not like you don't want to talk to anybody. You can get overwhelmed because your DMs are just blowing up like crazy. You're getting phone calls from numbers, all different area codes. You're getting emails, you can't even read them in a day and not also be productive at the same time. So it's a lot, trust me. So yeah. And I like how he kind of like trusted his instincts, and she was determined to work with him. She was ready to ride or die for him. So it was kind of cool how it was almost like training without knowing it was training based on their circumstance. So let me read that again about the entertainment lawyer. Put a savvy entertainment attorney on your team first. So that's what he recommends. Lawyer up first. We've been over this already, but it's worth mentioning again. This should be one of the first people you employ. And again, get a reputable entertainment attorney. You wouldn't go to whatever. Hire someone that specializes in your field. This can save you time and money in the long run. Also, don't wait until you are presented with a contract to look for someone. In the midst of excitement and a bit of anxiety, you may make a hasty decision based off emotion rather than facts. Because my attorney is well connected, he has helped me get record placements and bring me business. You know what? Don't feel scared to reach out to attorneys. Shout out to the entertainment lawyers out there. I know a few, and y'all got a tough job, but y'all help connect the dots with producers and artists and other music business ventures. So shout out to y'all. And producers, man, don't belittle yourself. Like, don't think you're small, because without the music, you don't have all of this stuff. You know, you're the source if you think about it. And that's kind of what I was thinking about as I read it the first time. I wanted to reread it and make sure, you know, I was right on the train of thought or whatever. But yeah, like, without the music, without you putting those chords together, those melodies, the drums, synths, leads, whatever, without music, why do you, an artist ain't gonna just do an acapella album. Like, all artists are gonna do acapella albums, and it's gonna be all on the Billboard, all acapellas. That'll be interesting, but it won't. It'll be really different, and I think the world would suffer, to be honest. Not that people can't sing, well, some that can't, but you see what I'm saying? And it misses the music, the other expression, you know? And that just shows how powerful you are as a producer and how important you are to the entire industry. Like, you don't really think about that every day. It's very important. Like, you're dope. We take melodies, notes, random stuff, and create banging ass beats, man. You create a tapestry. I'm getting fancy now. You basically a portrait or a big old collage of sound. You paint with sound. It's a beautiful thing. So don't think of yourself any less than that, because you're extremely powerful, and you know, the more you keep doing it, you know, the better you get at it. You become a master. So anyway, yeah, I just had to let y'all know that. So we talked about publicists. Let's skip some of this because it gets to... Okay, so have an accountant on your team. I'm fortunate to have a family member that is a certified accountant, but even if that wasn't the case, I'd still have someone on my team. And assuming you're making money or spending money on building your business, it is vital to be properly set up, ideally before any transactions are being done. Get a business license and set up a business bank account, but consult with your accountant about what your first step should be. Like my tooth incident. If you don't tackle this now, you're going to have to do it later, but it's going to cost more money and time. Making sure you keep receipts and records of your financial statements and keeping them organized is part of you being a savvy businessman or woman. Don't be lazy in this area. So yeah, you can, I do recommend a business account and a business license. I'm not gonna, you know, give you, you know, a lot of advice in that part, because I'm not a legal attorney and I'm not giving any legal advice. But you know, have an accountant when you're making money that you can't count. You know, that's kind of a good time to get an accountant, when you can't count the money that's coming in and going out, and you still have to be productive. So, I mean, you know what? Like the team, lawyer's good first, just to know that you have a lawyer ready, available, you know, when that deal comes, and you want them to check out your, you know, the paperwork, negotiate for you, whatever. But a lot of these teams, like a manager for a producer, I was thinking to do that myself, but you gotta kind of have this buzz, you gotta have content, you gotta be at a certain level for each of these things. So like, your phone ain't blowing up, what do you need a manager for? You know, or you're, you know, you got so many events scheduled, what do you need a publicist for? So anyway, know who's on your team and who's riding the bench. Everybody in your crew should be adding to you and not taking away. The smaller circle, the easier it is to move. I've seen an artist lose out on major bread and mess up a business relationship, all because he wanted to travel with a huge entourage. Now when I see dude, he's only with 5 or 6 people. Learn from other people's failures. I could speak on failures forever. My dog's going crazy right now. But you know, the more you fail, the more you learn, and the better you become, because you know what not to do. You also know how to get through things, and it's kind of the same thing. But you build almost like a new you by having a failure, and it hurts, you know, to fail. Nobody wants to fail, but when you do, see it as a blessing, because you know you're not going to do it again. You know that fire is hot. I'm not going to burn myself again. I'm going to move this way, you know, and I'm going to move this way quicker. And you're going to have somebody else touch the fire and burn themselves while you're moving this way. See, you already know what's going to happen over there, so I'm going to go this way. I know how to get this done efficiently and quicker than this person does. I know how to do whatever. So fail. Get out there, mess up. Until you learn. We'll always learn from these failures. That's the vital part. So keeping your circle small, he did mention that. Definitely keep your circle small. I have an extremely small circle. Man, you know what it is? I think it's because I DJ'd for so long that people were always around me. And I don't know, it's like a lot of people I didn't know was always around me, and I think that kind of transferred over into the production life and business life, where I don't travel with a lot of people or even go out with a lot of people. My choices are very selective. So anyway, that chapter was chapter 20. We almost there. Team. So hopefully I said something that you learned from. I really do. And hopefully, you know, I didn't go on too many tangents this video. So anyway, catch you at the next video. Again, it's DJ Fanatic, founder of soundsforproducers.com. Links in the description, and I'll check you out next time. Peace and love.